Hello dear students, welcome to the YouTube channel of CLE Degree College. Today I am going to discuss regarding other disqualified persons. So in this other disqualified persons I am going to discuss alien enemy, foreign sovereigns and ambassadors, insolvents, convict persons, married women, corporations as well as professional persons. So in the previous class I told you who is a person, unsound mind person. So he is a disqualified person who is of unsound mind, who is incapable of thinking and understanding the contract. So that particular aspect we have discussed. Today we are going to discuss the other disqualified persons. So though they are sometimes eligible, but sometimes they are not at all eligible to do a contract. So what is the reason why they are disqualified persons declared by the law? So here first of all we shall discuss the alien enemy. So alien enemy is a foreigner to the land, and if you make a contract with that particular alien enemy, always the contract is void and unenforceable. So when you are going under the contract with an alien friend, so alien friend is always a contract which can be enforced by the law, which is a legal one, which is valid one. But when the war breaks up in between the countries, at that particular place we call that particular foreign country or citizen of that particular foreign country as an alien enemy. So if we go under any kind of contract during the war period with this particular alien enemy, so that contract will not be a valid one. So it is always void and unenforceable. But when the war gets completed and if the friendship develops again in between the countries during that period, if you make a contract, definitely it is a valid contract and you can enforce it through the law, right? So this is the main disqualified person, that is alien enemy. Nextly, the foreign sovereigns and ambassadors. So these foreign sovereigns and ambassadors are nothing but these are the persons who enjoy privilege of not being sued in the local courts. So they are the ambassadors, they are the foreign citizens. Usually they have a privilege and they enjoy, and they cannot be sued in the local court. Why these kind of privileges these people enjoy? Because they are special person to the country. They are the ambassadors to the country, and the law of India says that if there is an ambassador or any foreign sovereign in our country, and if he makes any contract, definitely he is disqualified, and he is qualified only when, when he himself gives the permission in writing that if I make any mistakes during the contract, if I go under any contract, anyone can sue a case against me. So in this way the approval of this particular foreign sovereign or ambassador is required if anyone wants to sue the case against that particular person in the country, that is in India. But usually these foreign sovereigns and ambassadors, these enjoy special privileges, and these people are not sued in our local courts. They are incompetent persons to make a contract, and they are being disqualified by the law itself. So this is also one of the disqualified person. The next one is insolvent. So insolvent, who is an insolvent person? Insolvent person is a person who is incapable of paying his debt and is being declared as an insolvent by the court of law. So, insolvent is a person who is totally incapable of paying all his debt, whose liabilities are more than his assets, and this declaration has been given by the court itself. Okay, so such persons, if they want to make a contract, okay, it would not be a valid contract, definitely it is void contract, okay, and unenforceable. So he cannot enter into any agreement because court itself has declared that particular person as an insolvent, and during insolvency period he cannot go through this contract. So this is also one of the disqualified persons. Next to convict. So convict is a person who is under imprisonment and always is an incompetent person. So a person who is under the imprisonment, okay, and having a punishment for the number of years, and he is always an incompetent person. If you make contract when he is under the imprisonment, so definitely it is not a valid, but it becomes valid only when he completes his punishment, when he completes his imprisonment period and goes, okay, and at that particular time if you make a contract with that particular convict person, definitely that contract will be a valid contract. But the main case is here, he is disqualified only when, if you make a contract when he is under imprisonment. So if he is under imprisonment and if you are going to make a contract with this person, definitely is an incompetent person and he is being disqualified by the court of law. The next person is a married woman. So in India, married woman is a competent person, but they have taken under the qualified of disqualified persons because in various nations, in some nations for married woman there is no right to make a contract, okay, but not in case of India. In India, married woman can go through the contract, even through contract she can sue on another person, okay. So she is having all the legal rights as the man has, okay. So she enjoys competency and can make any contract. She is a competent person. Thereafter, the corporations. Corporations, as you know that they are the artificial persons which are being established by the separate statute of the government, and that government may be the state government or the central government. So if you make a contract beyond the powers, so every corporation has its own limitations, it has its own memorandum of association, it has its own article of association. So if that particular memorandum as well as articles provides the limitations, and within the limitations the contract has to be taken place, then only the contract will be valid and corporation is not disqualified. But if the contract is made beyond the powers and beyond the powers of that particular memorandum or articles of the organization, so it will be declared as ultra vires and it is always unenforceable. Good example, LIC and UTI, Life Insurance Corporation of India and Unit Trust of India. So these are the examples. So in simple way, corporation has to act within its framework, whatever they have the powers, within that powers they have to make the contract, and if they go beyond their powers, definitely if they do the contract, that will be not valid, it would be invalid and it is not enforceable by the law, right? So this is also one of the point. And finally, the professional persons. The professional persons are in India are always competent. So who are the professional persons? The professional persons may be the doctor, he may be a advocate or any physician, okay, or any chartered accountant. So many of the professionals are there. So usually in India they are competent persons, and if they are going under any contract, it is enforceable by the law, right? But in some countries the professional persons are being disqualified to make the contract, okay. So that's why this person has been, professional person has been taken under this disqualified person. But in India there is no problem at all. As I said you earlier, they are fully competent and they can enter into a contract, right? So in this way, this was the concept which I needed to discuss today, that is other disqualified persons. I hope you got it, and remaining part I shall go through in the next class. Thank you. Bye.